Today, in our next character breakdown, I'm going to break down the old tried and true main from Mortal Kombat X, Sonya Blade.
Welly, welly. Hello, Sonya.
Cannon, Tinhead.
How long have you been practicing that one?
So the first thing we're going to talk about with Sonya are some of her best buttons, and the down 3 is going to be your best poke. Alright, it is a 7-frame poke. It is a low. It only has 10 hits of advantage, so keep that in mind. Also, the stand 1 is going to be her fastest punisher. The back 1 is going to lead to her mix-ups and her most optimal punishes. This is 9 frames, this is 7 frames. So, depending on the move that you're trying to punish, the stand 1 is going to be a better starter. If the move has very quick recovery and is barely punishable. Now, the combo that we're going to use in order to punish moves like that is just 1, 3, 4. And it's going to look like that. Alright, now what you want to do at the end of that is confirm it. So visually with my eye, I'm going to look at the screen and I'm going to see if I was able to punish that move successfully. If I am, what I'm going to do is cancel it into either the back forward 4 or the back forward 2. The back forward 2 is going to give you more damage. If you want to stay same side, you're going to have to spend the bar though. So if I want to stay on this side, if I'm in corner position, I got to spend the bar. Alright, 252, that's going to be the most damage you're going to get off of the standing 1 punish. Now what you can also do is, if you don't want to spend the bar, but you want to stay on same side, you can end in the leg grab, alright, which is back forward 4. Now, if you don't want to spend the bar and you do want to side switch, you can end in this. Alright, and now you side switch. Alright, so those are the options that you're going to have off of this. Now, your most optimal punish is going to come off of the back 1, which is 9 frames. But you're not going to be able to punish everything with the back 1. You'll be able to punish most things with the back 1, but not everything. And the best combo, there's actually 2 ways you can end it, but the best combo is going to follow the same type of format, and it looks like this. Alright, so there we go. So that is one ender that we have, so we have some pretty good spacing here. We have enough space to where we could dash block in, and we can do some things, or we can just walk up and walk back, bait wake-ups, do whatever we want to do here with Sonya. Now, there's another way that we can end it, and we can end in what's called a side switch, which we've talked about with other characters, and I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. Alright, so there we go. So now we're going to side switch, and depending on your location on the screen, that may be the best for you. You can also do a double meter burn here, and you can meter burn the back forward 2 at the end, and we can get some more damage, a little bit over 400, and we'll take a look at that right now. Alright, boom. 401 damage. Notice that we also get rid of the side switch. It has great corner carry as well. That last hit really can propel your opponent, down the screen quite a bit. As you see, we started the combo at mid-screen, and now we are in corner position here. So that's something to absolutely keep in mind. Now, this combo, back 1-2, has a mix-up off of it. So we can go back 1-4. Alright, notice it's a low, and then we have the overhead. Alright, so it's a mix-up. It's a 50-50 off of the back 1. Now, off of the low, you have the back forward 4, and that's going to allow you to get 213 damage when amplified. Now, you don't necessarily have to amplify it, Just ending the takedown, you can do it that way as well. Now, both of these options are completely unsafe. And when I say unsafe, I mean so unsafe that you can get full combo punished if you attempt this and your opponent guesses right. So, Sonya, as far as the inside goes, is rather mix heavy. She's a heavy risk with heavy reward, or you're going to put a lot on the table as far as your risk goes if you're going to really cash out. Now, there are ways to play this character in close, not even including the zoning, but in close, that can minimize your risk. So the back 3 up 4 is a low, and we can link it into the projectile and meter burn it, and that sends our opponent full screen, basically. Now, once we're in this situation, we can then zone. So back forward 1 is going to be her zoning tool, and you can meter burn it. You get a crushing blow off of it if the first one whiffs and then the second one hits. All right, so keep that in mind also. Now, Sonya also has these drones. All right, and they are down back 4. And notice there's a couple different spots you can put them. You can put them here. So up is the full screen one. Forward would be the mid one. No button would be right in front, and then back would be behind Sonya. Now, notice also the knockdown on this. So if we were to use this and put it right on our opponent's head, all right, it's an overhead, and they splat down right where they are. Okay, now if I back up a little bit, notice now it's a mid, and it has a ton more pushback once it hits them. So if you're playing against someone that you really want to keep out, you want to make sure that you drop that in front of their face if possible and have them walk into it, all right, rather than drop it on their head. You can even drop it behind them a little bit, but if it drops right on their head, it is a splat knockdown. No pushback, but it is a splat knockdown off of the overhead. Now, if someone were to block one of these projectiles from full screen, so let's say they block it, and I send that, the up one, if they try to jump or move forward or do something like that, it's going to hit them. So they basically have to respect that. In a lot of cases, if you're playing against a character with a teleport, you definitely got to be leery about your zoning. Also, what I want you to take a look at here, if you're trying to keep an opponent out, the pushback, let's do it from this side. Notice that pushback, huge pushback on the meter burn. It is a mid too, so an opponent is most likely going to block that. So if you get 2 of those in a row, all right, I can push him out pretty far, all right, if I spend both bars. And by the time they make their way back in about halfway, in most cases, and I'm backing up and I'm zoning and I'm taking my time, baiting things, hopefully I'll gain back another bar and I can then utilize the projectile again, and hopefully it hits them, but if it doesn't, even if they block it, it pushes them back, and we can back up, make them do something stupid, and then we can whiff punish them. All right, and that is the general basic game plan for Sonya. We're also going to go over some crushing blow combos as well as combos in the corner. We also want to touch on the forward 3. All right, now this is actually +1. All right, which if you're playing against a character that doesn't have a 6-frame down 1, the down 3 is going to be your best bet. It's going to come out in 6 frames because you're +1, and if they only have a 7-frame move, they're not going to be able to beat it. So it's going to force them to block the down 3. Now, once you get them to block, all right, so they're forced to block the down 3 because they don't have a button that can contest it. All right, once they're in that situation, you can then, do things. So you can go into here and they're blocking. Now you get some grabs. All right, maybe you do this and they're blocking and you back up, and maybe they push a button late and you back 3 them, all right, into this. One thing to keep in mind also, the back 3 up 4, the back 3 into the up 4, there is a gap. It can be flawless blocked. It's really difficult for someone to account for all of the mix that Sonya has and flawless block that, within that split second and, get the punish there. All right, so you can punish that as well. All right, so one way to stay a little bit safer, I guess you could say, is to utilize the back 1-2 into the meter burn projectile. Now you have to have meter in order to make this somewhat safe, but there is a gap in it, and I'll show you the gap right here. Alright, so you can cut through that. Alright, it's not as easy as I'm making it look to do that mid-match, but just so you know, the gap is there. You can catch somebody sleeping on it. Alright, but it is there, so you know. Alright, so we're going to take a look at how to punish this another way, and this only works with the smaller body characters, which is like a majority of the cast, actually. Only Scorpion, Kano, Kotal Khan, and Garrus, I've actually been able to do this rather consistently, even though he's a big body character. Alright, but what you can actually do is crouch and get the punish. Alright, for those other characters that I mentioned, this actually jails in some cases, but not all cases. It's definitely different, but for like any other character besides those three I mentioned, they're able to do this. Now, again, it does take some risk. If someone's constantly doing that, alright, you can always just go into the full string, right? Alright, I'm going to get hit by it if I let go of block and I decide to neutral crouch. So that's kind of the mix-up you can play there. The projectile can stay safe. It mixes your opponent up a little bit. There is risk to it. But obviously, if your opponent blocks this, you're getting full combo punished regardless. So keep all that stuff in mind when you are mixing with Sonya. Now, another really great and spectacular move and longer range punisher is the forward 4. Now, the cool thing about the forward 4, if we take a look at the frame data, we're going to go down. Flying knee, it's 10 frames of startup, and it is only -3 on block, so it is fully safe. Now, if I were to use that and go into 1-3 together, notice it does go into that combo. Alright, now the cool thing about this move, this is what's really cool, right? So we're going to have the opponent block. Alright, notice I'm going into the grab, but it doesn't come out. So I don't have to confirm anything. Alright, so if I'm in neutral and I just want to use that move, now I'm only -3. And I tried to commit to the combo, but there's no way that the 1 and 3 come out. So I'm just always safe. Alright, and it is, again, like I said, great too for a longer range punisher. So for like moves that have decent pushback, where like maybe back 1 is out of reach, alright, we're going to be able to use the forward 4 and get that punish instead. Alright, so the forward 4 is a really, really good move. It's good for, again, longer range punishes, as well as a neutral tool to get in and be safe. And it can link to combos. It's basically like an option select. It doesn't come out on block, and it only comes out on hit. So one string that looks amazing, but really it's not that great, is the forward 2-1-4. Alright, now this looks great. For whatever reason, it doesn't whiff on Kano, but a lot of times, the other hits that are mid, notice it's high, mid, mid. The mids oftentimes will whiff on crouching opponents, even if they're blocking. So this string whiffs a lot, and it puts you in a really bad spot. If the hitbox were fixed on this string, it would be great. Forward advancing, high, goes into all mids. Alright, it looks real good, it looks real enticing, but a lot of times, if someone's crouch blocking, the second mid whiffs. So keep that in mind, that a lot of times it's going to whiff. So use it sparingly or not at all. Another cool combo that is basically just a string is the 2-1, 2-2, and then throw button. That's the way that I input it. And if you notice on the left, it's a little bit wonky to get out. But this is the way that it's going to look. And check out the input timings on the left. Alright, so notice it's just 2-1, 2-2, and then the throw button. Alright, and what's cool about this move, if I go over to it, the throw button ender doesn't come out on block. So it is safe. Alright, so it will end in -5, and you can go into the throw button, which says it's -18, but on block it doesn't come out. So we're going to take a look here, I'll show you. Notice it doesn't come out. Alright, so it just ends at -5 every time. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Alright, that is the down 2 crushing blow combo right there. Alright, so the next crushing blow that we're going to take a look at is mid combo with the air projectiles. And this combo is really going to be utilized, especially when you want to keep an opponent full screen. Now, it's not going to do as much damage, close, but not as much damage as your normal B&B, but it is great to get that screen position, and this is what it looks like. Just like that. And notice the screen position, we're back at full screen. So it's a great way to push your opponent all the way out of your face and get yourself in a situation where you can zone away. So we're going to take a look at the corner combo off of the back 1, 2, 3 here. And we're going to end our combo in something that's a little bit different. It's going to be three times, not twice, 3 times, and then a down 4. Just like that. All right, so that's what the way the combo is going to end. Also, after we launch, what we're going to do is we're going to go 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. All right, into our launch up, and it's going to look like this. Just like that. And 412 is the damage you're going to get off of it. Very good combo. Very damaging. Good spacing. All right, puts me in a good spot to do what I want. I'm going to back up. I'm going to go in for pressure. Whatever I want to do. I'm good to go. So one other thing here to take a look at is using the meter burn in the corner in order to cancel. And again, this is all crouchable by those characters that aren't the bigger body characters, and even the bigger body characters can crouch this a good amount of the time, so keep that in mind. It doesn't come with no risk, but it is something that you're able to implement and get some nifty corner stuff going on here. So we're going to take a look at the cancel, and we're going to actually dash in after we meter burn the back forward 1, and we're going to go for a full combo here. All right, just like that, 400 damage. All right, so not bad, not bad. So the final thing we're going to take a look at is linking the fatal blow, but first we have to go in and make sure that we're at 1%. All right, and the combo works the same exact way as when we end in the back forward 2. At the end where we dash up and do that, and it looks like this. Oh man, look at that damage. 481. Very strong combo. So that's a basic breakdown of the Ringmaster variation for Sonya Blade. If you like the content, be sure to click that subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell so you get updated whenever I post new content. As always, I want to thank you for checking in. It's Gleez signing out, and continue to game strong.